Alright guys, so welcome to my World of Warships video. This time I'm doing my first ever review in World of Warships, and this time I'm going to review the Cleveland. It's been a long time since I uploaded a video. Also my headset broke down, and that's maybe the reason why the quality of my voice might be a little bit more worse than it used to be. But anyway, this is the Cleveland. Lots of guys, maybe probably like 60% of my subscribers subscribe to me because of my World of Tanks review videos, but I quit doing that because I don't really play World of Tanks anymore. I quit the game, but now I'm back with the World of Warships and I'm really liking this game, and I'm probably going to do the same thing, release a video every week, doing every ship in the game what I got my hands on, so that will probably be quite a few ships for the next week. So yeah, let's get on it. So the Cleveland, let's start with the stats. Oh no, let's first start look at it. It's a very sexy ship, let's be honest. It's also very big, but it's very maneuverable, I've noticed, for such a big ship. But the guns make this ship, but we're going to discuss that later on. First we're going to start with the survivability. The survivability is okay versus low caliber guns, like for instance if the Cleveland is shooting AP and another Cleveland, it can't penetrate each other, so the armor is enough to withstand smaller caliber guns. But once if the bigger guns hit, they probably will hit you and hit some citadels. The Cleveland can defend its own very well, but it also dies very quickly to a battleship. I mean, it can set the enemy battleships on fire the whole time, but once if the enemy battleships fires back at you, you will probably die in 1 or 2 salvos, because it dies very quickly to enemy battleships, I've noticed. Therefore I try to avoid meeting other enemy battleships unless there is a friendly battleship with me. Otherwise, I never sail alone in this battleship. Aircraft, yeah, it has one fighter. It's the usual fighter like you got on other. It spots a little bit for you, and it also defends your ship versus enemy fighters and torpedo bombers and bombers. So yeah. But it's only one fighter. It stays in the air for 6 minutes and it has a recharge of 4 minutes, I think. I'm not sure. I will take a look at it later on. Then we have the artillery. The artillery is what makes this ship. It has 4 times 3 triple turrets. I'm sorry. It has 4 times triple turrets, 152mm guns. Now these guns are very good. I mean, you're not going to probably hit some citadels with it. I mean, you can hit citadels if you load AP and you shoot at lesser armored targets, like for instance the Japanese IGN cruisers. Like for instance, the Japanese IGN cruisers don't have a lot of armor, they don't have a lot of survivability, and they probably will die very easily towards enemy AP shells. If I fire a whole salvo into an IGN cruiser, I will probably do around 2 citadel hits. No, the citadel hits on the cruiser are not the same as citadels hit on the battleships. The maximum damage what you can get of a citadel hit when a 152mm shell is around 3000 damage, so it's not really to write home about. But the HE, the Cleveland is the most known as the fire starter. It's the Firefly. Some people call it the Firefly because it sets enemies on fire so quickly. I mean, let's take a look at it. The enemy HE shells. So enemy HE shells. As you can see, the chance of fire on target is 12%. Now this might be it might not be a lot, but the 12%, you have to know that these guns are very also these guns are very accurate. Probably if you fire a salvo and you aim right, you'll probably hit around 10 or 9 out of your 12 shots, so you have to multiply that by 10%. So mostly with 1 or 2 salvos you will set them on fire. If you fire 1 salvo, you set them on fire, he repairs. You have to wait 5 seconds, you fire another salvo, it might be not catching on fire, but the 3rd salvo will. And then he is on fire for the next 2 minutes till his repair ability is back up. And you can see the maximum AP shell damage is 3200, and that you will do with citadels hits. The firing range at the upgraded guns are 14.6 kilometers or something like that. This is a lot for a cruiser actually. It's very much. I mean, there are even some battleships, like for instance the stock Fuso or something like that, but can't even hit you from that range. So the 14.6 kilometers, you can really outrange enemy ships. As you can see, the HE damage is also quite a lot actually. Most of the people driving Cleveland's fire HE shots. Although I do recommend to fire some AP targets versus enemy Japanese cruisers because they have such low armor capabilities. Now, the rate of fire is also very good on the ship. You have around 5 seconds with the upgraded gun turrets. You have around every 5 seconds around what you can fire. The 180-degree turn time is not that good, but it's better than battleships. I do recommend though to keep your ship at one stand, so don't try to zigzag a lot so your turrets always keep on target. Although if you really have to turn, you still have 6 out of the 12 guns still at your service to fire at. I mean 6 are enough, but you better do full damage with the Cleveland. That's what the Cleveland is known of. Also the secondary armament is quite good. It has a 4 kilometers range. It's very handy versus enemy destroyers. By the way, if you're a destroyer captain, don't ever come close to a Cleveland. The Cleveland will absolutely wreck you. I mean, the destroyers are open to catching HE shells. If you come in range, there are 12 guns pointed at you with HE loaded. If you come even more in range, those 6 twin 127mm gun turrets will open up fire also at you. But those 6 twin gunfire turrets also they are also very likely to get blown up. These turrets always get blown up in a battle. If they hit your hull or your superstructure, these turrets will probably blow up. I've seen it so many times. Now, this is what the Cleveland is known of. The AA guns. The guns and the AA guns. This is what the Cleveland is good at. The Cleveland also gets an ability, let me show it you. Whereas you have this is when these turrets here, the 127mm, these turrets start to load a special kind of shell what explodes like anti-aircraft, like AAA cannons, like in War Thunder. These are very effective, and they also have a very, very long range. Let's see, 5 kilometers, and I've boosted this with a special equipment, so I get even more 20% firing range. So that's very good. These guns start to open at 6 kilometers on enemy fighters if I activate my consumable. And then I also have a couple of 40 mils and a lot of 20 mils also, but these 127 mils are most deadly. Also enemy carriers mostly try to avoid. I've never seen enemy torpedo bombers coming towards me because they know that they're going to lose half of the squadron if they attack me. Also I recommend to stay with enemy battleships because the battleships can defend you against other battleships that will completely wreck you if you sail alone, but also you will defend your battleships versus other enemy carriers. But it's also very good. The maneuverability is okay. It's like a cruiser. It's nothing special. It's quite good, but it's also not that great as a destroyer. So I've not really a lot to talk about. So I'll be right back. Oh, and excuse me. I forgot to show you the stock hull. This is something what I miss in other YouTubers review. I like to see the stock hull. I don't know why. I just like it. Like for instance here, let's go to the Fuso very quickly. The Fuso has this big, if it wants to load, come on. Yeah, the Fuso has this big superstructure, but while if you go to the stock hull, you only have this. Just this very little thing. So from further on my reviews, I will probably also let you take a look at how it feels stock. So with the stock gun you have, with the stock guns I mean, you have 6 rounds per minute instead of 7.5. But also instead of that the turrets rotate a little bit faster. With the new upgraded turrets you have a plus 10.2 turning degree time. So that's a lot actually. It feels more like a battleships. I already discussed that in the previous clip. But what you also have is an increased rate of fire, and this increased rate of fire is what really makes these guns dangerous, because you can fire every 6 seconds, and these 6 seconds will absolutely devastate the enemy. So let's go. Oh, what the fuck just happened? Oh yeah, okay, so the stock hull is not that good. As you can see, the upgraded hull gives you quite a lot of hit points extra, but what you're missing is the AA mounts. The AA, you want to get this hull upgrade to get the extra AA support. I mean, the Cleveland is an AA gun. It's an anti-aircraft cruiser, so you want to research the hull at first, so you immediately get the hull. After that, what I recommend for you to research is this Mark 6 modification 2 gun turret reverse, because what you have is a plus 10% firing range, and the Cleveland is known for its large firing range. I mean, the guns are very slow, but the firing range is really good. So after this, you research this. The Mark 16 gun modification, I recommend it at last. I mean, you do have an increase of rate of fire, but what you also have is a decrease of turning time, and this turning time sometimes really costs my life. And yeah, so I do recommend to set it on, but you might first want to check out the Cleveland without the gun modification. And if you think like, well, the guns reload too slow and I want this upgrade, then go ahead. But if you are a kind of guy who is very maneuverable and doesn't like to stick around the end of the map like me, then I do recommend to stick with the first modification and just skip this modification and go immediately to the Pensacola. Anyway, let's go into the upgrade consumables. This is at I don't know which year you're watching this, but this is the early days of the game, so there's only this and this. Depends if you want to spend cash on it. I don't like to spend cash on it, so let's go further. You have two different options here to go with a hydroacoustic search, I think. I don't know if my English is too good to enough to give an explanation to that. I don't even know what this thing does. I have no idea. I do know that it spots destroyers more quickly and torpedoes, but more I don't know about this. I keep with the defensive AA fire, because if you activate the defensive AA fire, those 152mm guns will start loading those flak shells, and these flak shells are devastating to the enemy. So yeah, and it has its fighter. You can use the upgraded fighter, but I stick with the non-upgraded. Anyways, let's go to the upgrades. What kind of upgrades do I use? Well, I first use the main battery modification, because you have a minus 20% risk to magazine detonation, and as I said earlier in the videos, the battleships will score very easily citadels hit on you. And I've had it like 3 games or something like that where I got blown up because of a magazine detonation, and then I decided to buy the main battery modification 1 because of that. Also, the risk of the main battery becoming incapacitated. These guns are also very likely to blow up. I have had games where I only got 1 turret left because the other 3 ones are blown up. And a minus 10% to main battery repair time. Like I said, these turrets are very likely to blow up, so it's better to go with the main battery modification. Although the AA modifications is... I don't recommend it. The AAA don't really get hit a lot, so yeah. And I don't recommend this, unless you're like, oh, I want to activate my... Well, these, like I said earlier on, these secondary turrets are very likely to blow up, so yeah. And of course here I recommend for you to go to research the AA guns modification, because the Cleveland already has such a great AA system, and you can even boost that more with the AA guns modification too. You get a plus 20% firing range, and then those 127mm turrets will increase even further to 5 kilometers instead of 4. I mean to 6 instead of 5. Secondary battery modification, no, I don't recommend this. Usually people, the most smart players, stay at a distance of you. Destroyers will never come even close to you because they know that you can blow them up immediately. So you're never going to use the secondary gun turrets unless there are enemy planes nearby. Increased main battery firing accuracy. You can go for this instead of the double A guns modification. It depends on your playstyle, but I am more a kind of anti-aircraft guy. But you can go for this because the guns are already very accurate, and you can boost this even further. Then the main battery. Well, you can do this, but I don't recommend it because the gun turrets are already very good, and I just recommend to boost your AA guns instead of your normal guns. I just go for the minus risk of flooding and the minus risk on fire. The Cleveland also has a very high risk on catching fire, so I do recommend to get this also. These other two are not that important. I've never been really hit in my engine a lot, so just go with the control system. Then what I recommend here on doing is the steering gear modification. The Cleveland has a very good steering gear, I have to say. It doesn't take a lot to turn your ship, and you can make this ship even more maneuverable with this upgrade. I mean. And this I don't really recommend. So the propulsion modification I only recommend on destroyers. So yeah. So that's around it. I think I got over it. The crew skills. I'm going to keep this realistically. Probably if you hit the Cleveland, you're only going to have the first 3 tiers of crew skills. So in just going over it, I recommend for you to have the artillery modification, because if you quickly want to switch between AP and HE, like for instance if there is a big IGN cruiser sailing towards you, you want to switch to AP shells. Also, of course, that 1 plus 2.5 degree, why not? I mean, with a caliber up to 155mm, and the caliber is 152mm, so you won't get the 0.7 degree. Although on later ships, like I don't know what caliber the Pensacola is, but I do know that the tier 8 has 200mm shells, so this skill is not that important anymore once if you have passed Cleveland. Of course, this you need minus 10% to load time on guns with caliber up to 155mm and plus 10% to AA efficiency, so you will even boost this even further. I mean, ship survivability, minus 15% time of repair, just something I get on all my ships. Concealment, an indicator displays when your ship is detected. I forgot to say this, but the Cleveland also has a very good detection range. Probably they're going to detect you around 12 kilometers, but this is really good for a cruiser, I have to say. So it's a really stealthy ship. And that's around it. I don't recommend any further. Torpedoes doesn't have any, so maybe this high alerts. I don't know, but I'm not going to review over the 4th and the 5th tier because it's, realistically you're not going to pass this once if you get Cleveland. So this is it in the garage, and I will see you on the battle. Alright, so welcome back to the gameplay. This is the second game that I'm recording. The previous one I got 3rd on the team, but we did bad. We got absolutely wrecked. Still got a kill on the destroyer, but we got absolutely wrecked. Let's go further. Anyway, this is the Cleveland battle, as you can see. I got spawned on the wrong side of the map actually, and I like to hang around on the right side of the map, but there are no battleships nearby, so I probably will be on my own with these two destroyers. So I have to play very defensive. And as you can see, those battleships are going to the left, so I will be on my own. This is what I don't like, people who lemming, but I'm not complaining about it in the chat like some people do. Usually if you see this, you're going to lose. I've seen this plenty of time. That's the reason why I never lemming with my team, so at least we have a little bit of defensive power on the other flank. There we have an enemy fighter squadron. If he is coming nearby, once if he comes into 5 kilometers range, I will activate my consumable. Is he going to do this? Oh yeah, he is. No, he's not coming into range, is he? No, he's firing away. But there comes the friendly fighter planes. So I'm going to steer a little bit to the left, so I can give him some fighter cover. I'm going to activate my consumable, so I can help him. There we go, already took one down. See, this is a perfect example of how the secondary guns work. There we go, 2 down, and nice, I helped him. He lost only 2 planes, while I helped him take down the whole enemy fighter squadron. Now you may think about like, well, why are you shooting at a fighter squadron? Well, you do have to know that I just helped him. And I just took down a fighter squadron. That means that he has more torpedo bombers, and he can help me now on the left flank. So yeah, that's pretty good. And here's something you shouldn't do, what I just did. And I don't know which plane I just shot down, but apparently I shot something down. Oh yeah, there we go, 6 kilometers range. I shot down one of its fighters. And they have a lot of ships nearby. And we don't. And what the hell, dudes? Seriously? See, this is what happens if you keep zooming in. Will launch one of my fighters, what I should have done earlier. I forgot about it. Okay, so there we go. The destroyer's coming near us. Oh no, it's sailing away from it. I will probably not hit this, but why not? I'm detected. As you can see, the detection is pretty good. I only got detected by now. I detected his enemy carrier also, that's very good. But I kinda try to stay at distance from these battleships because I do not want to die alone here. So I'm sorry, destroyer, you should do a U-turn because you're going to die there. I can't help you from there. Just saying. Oh no, he is. Fuso, can I shoot at him? If the Fuso is stupid enough to cross the island, I can start loading my HE and start setting on fire. Don't know why that is a Kazi, just started to... I mean, these torpedoes are never going to hit from that range. You see, it's very easily to spot a good destroyer captain if he is coming not close to you. Like for instance, most of the Japanese destroyers at least have a range of 10 kilometers on the torpedoes, and they will try to stay around to 6-10 kilometers from you so they won't get spotted. Well, if you get closer, I mean the Japanese torpedoes, they have very long range, but they're not that quick. So getting close doesn't really matter because you will probably die. We have a Miyagi. Miyagi is, well, I can defeat a Miyagi. If he's coming closer, is he getting into my range? Yes, he is. Let's start opening fire at him. As you can see, maximum range 12 seconds to shell time. That's a lot. Turn my ship. Where will he be? Around there. Got to hit one of them. Did 7 damage on him. No fire, fortunately. Oh, there comes his shells. Try to avoid this. I mean, the Cleveland has excellent maneuverability, but he still did quite a lot of damage, and I set him on fire. Now let's launch the second salvo. Try to set him on fire again. And as you can see, an enemy Cleveland is coming, and the Cleveland is actually absolutely wrecking me. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stick any further here. As long as my team is not helping me, I'm not going to defend them. I'm just going to die here. So I don't want that to happen. So we're just going to sail on. Try to set them on fire again. I'm not going to stick around here. I'm just going to... he turns. Oh, never mind. I'm going back in. The enemy destroyer destroyer got hit the Cleveland pretty good. I'm not loading AP shells versus the enemy Cleveland because the Cleveland still has enough armor to defend its own. Come on, guys. Oh, oops. All tapped. Nice, we got the Cleveland. At least he is dead. If the Cleveland is dead, I'm going back in. But I don't. The Cleveland, he keeps setting me on fire. I mean, if the battleship shoots at you and he misses, he is out of the game for the next 30 seconds. But if the Cleveland shoots at you and he misses, he can shoot again at you at in around 6 seconds. So for now, I'm going to focus the Fuso trying to set him on fire. There is no example of a Japanese cruiser with they don't, well, they have the Kuma, but he's on the other side of the map, so I can't give you an example of how the AP shells feel, but trust me, they do a lot of damage. So around 5 seconds, that should be enough to fire around here. Keep my ships a little bit angled so the AP shells won't do that much damage. Oh, they're coming in. Okay, there we go, set them on fire. 4 seconds, that's around here. I think I hit his engine also because he's slowing down. Nice. There we go. Try to hit the superstructure. Nice. Nice. Okay, so as long as there's one Fuso, I can beat him, I think. Unless he's got skills, which I don't think he has, but you never know. And this guy is thinking that he can defeat me. But let's open up our special consumables so I can start shooting at him again. And he just shot at this destroyer, that's good. That means I can open up fire. And there we go, see that? I do a lot of damage to his gun turrets, stuff like that. Already took a lot of fire damage also. I knocked out his engine, so he's... there we go. Destroyed him. And I just wrecked that enemy squadron also. Although... oh, come on, dudes. Oh, there we go. There was only one destroyer nearby us, and there are 2 guys coming, including a Cleveland, and I don't want to fight at Cleveland because the Cleveland will do the most damage of them too. So I'm just going to return and hope that Fuso won't kill me too fast. I mean, those destroyers were pretty good, I have to say. I have to give a shout out to Packmate and FS7 or something like that, to defend me very good on this flank. Together we have destroyed a whole Fuso and an enemy destroyer also. Come on, is that Fuso going? Come on, Fuso, reveal yourself. Come on. Oh, there we are. No, I'm going to lose him. I wanted to set him on fire really quickly, and he's repairing actually also. But I wanted to set him on fire so I could do the full damage. But I see that he has gotten the longwood and he's going behind that island. But I'm not going to stick with him. I'm going to switch on to another target. Oh shit, their destroyer is feasting on our carrier, so that's not good. And there we go, just lost the carrier. I'm sorry, dude. But that destroyer was not going for my side. I'm not going to hit him. I don't want to meet enemy Clevelands. Cleveland's are your worst nightmare in this battleship. I mean cruiser. You can say it's a battleship because it says such a lot of guns. But enemy Clevelands are your worst nightmare. And also torpedoes. Oh man, torpedoes. I'm going to focus. Come on, dude, control. I'm going to focus this torpedo squadron. And I still have to wait 1 minute before my defensive fire is coming up again. Is he standing still actually? I think he is. Oh, there we go. I think that's... I don't know what that was. Anyway, oh, there we go, Wyoming. I think he's reversing. I think. Don't know. Yeah, he is. So let's aim a little bit behind him. I think he is standing still now. Yeah. Okay, he's going back forward. Okay. Let's switch back onto this destroyer, because this destroyer is really getting annoying. Oh shit, we're going to lose. Come on, really? It's such a good game. It's very difficult to hit destroyers from long range. Luckily we still have our fighter. You can spot a little bit. Oh, I don't know. I don't want this guy to attack me. Switch on or AAA fire. We got a classic wargaming player in the chat. Don't know where to aim. Every destroyer has a different speed. Usually I know where to aim, but destroyers are so difficult to hit. And this guy, I don't want him to get closer to me. Oh shit, I lost him. Oh, there we go. Okay, no, let's sail away from him. Because he's going to launch his torpedoes. We got him. Nice. No, let's switch back to the destroyer at our base. I know I should have got him for the Clemson, but that Nicholas was more dangerous to us. He is pretty good. He's maneuvering lots. I got him. So that means that half of the cap points are reduced. If I fire again, I should reduce all the cap points. Don't know what's firing us. Oh, Fuso. I think it's got a steering gear, because he's not moving. Oh shit, he activated smoke screen. I shouldn't have shot that. I'm so going to die here, but hey, at least let's get the destroyer before I die. So. Oh, perfect shot. I hope. There we go, got him. Yeah, got him. Okay, let's prepare the fire. Okay, I know I'm going to die. Yeah. Well, we still did pretty good. I mean, I got 3 kills, destroyed two destroyers. Too bad my team sucked. But we did pretty good. I mean, the right side completely got carried by our 2 destroyers and me. And I don't know how the left side died it, but yeah. So let's take a look at these guys. I'm probably going to upload this part to YouTube. Shit happens. I mean, you can't win them all. You can't win them all, I mean. Just, oh yeah. Let's go. At least take down, at least take down the carry before you die. Yeah, there we go. 5.5 kilometers torpedoes the Nicholas has. So if he gets around in 4 kilometers range, he should be able to get him. The Nicholas has 2 torpedo tubes on each side, so if he launches one from this side, he can then just turn around and like he's doing now. Yeah, nice job. But he should not activate the torpedoes tubes on wide. Should do it on narrow. And also try to turn around, dude. You still have your left side torpedo tubes what are unused. Come on, dude, just turn around. I would have done that. I would have turned around and then fire the left side of the torpedoes. I mean, a lot of battleships don't know this, but now he's doing it. Nice, nice. Let's go. Turn around. Oh no. Oh man, you got lucky. There we go. Turn around. Narrow. Don't shoot him at the wides. Yeah, nice. Narrow. Now the second salvo. Yeah, the second salvo should hit. You keep shooting your gun. Go, he takes none. Oh, he takes one. Okay, nice. He should be able to finish them off with the guns, although I think his first torpedo tubes are already loaded. Shooting at the enemies. Yeah, there we go, he's dead. He can't do anything to that. Boom. Nice. So there's nothing but he can do now to save the game, so we're probably going to end it here. But I'm going to let you see the end of the game and then switch on to... I probably will upload this game to YouTube because this was pretty good. In the previous game I did pretty good also. I got third of the team, but my team, well, failed again. And also, does anyone know how the win rate works on this game? I mean, in World of Tanks you had like barely have a 50% win rate, and then if you got more of that you were a good player. But you have to know that in World of Warships you have you are more likely to have a draw. So is it better to say like if you have a 47% win rate or something like that, more that you're a good player instead of 50? I don't know. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. But this game I will probably show you. I know that the players who watch me for my World of Tanks videos will know that I usually use replays instead of full games like this, but I don't know how the replay system works, to be honest, of World of Warships. So I'm showing you live gameplay. If I know how it works, I probably would have picked my best videos and show it to you. So there we go, and that's defeated, but we still were pretty good. Let's take a look. We got, oh my god, 15 on the 15 experience, and we lost. Come on. Team score, we are on the top of the team with that Nicholas, which was very good at the second one. But as you can see, there's a very big gap between the first 3 guys on our team and then the rest of the team. Don't know what these guys were doing on the left side, but as you can see, the enemy carriers did very good. I think they got wrecked. I mean, you have to know that there were a lot of battleships on the other side of the map, and they got no aircraft cover from me. But it was also their own choice. I mean, they went left, I went to the right. It's their own choice. If they want some cover, they should have come with me and not go all one direction. So that's probably the reason why the enemy carriers did so good. I mean, I've probably spotted any carrier, any planes. So yeah, that Cleveland did also pretty good. Let's go back to port. Okay, so back to ports. As you can see, this is my previous game. I got 666 experience, and also I ended up third of the team, but our whole team did bad, so... Yeah, so the Cleveland is a really good ship. I like the ship. It's one of my favorite ships, although you have some good games in it, but you also can have very bad games in it, because the Cleveland dies very quickly, and everyone wants to focus you. Anyway, that's it. And I'm going to do the exact same as what I did with Wall of Tanks. So demo creation rules, and you can choose a ship for my port. What do you want to see me review next? Place it in the comments below, and I will probably pick your ships later on. If there is no no suggestion, I will probably go with the Mitsuki with the next video, because as you can see, I almost have the new destroyer and I still have to do a video of it. So unless you place something in the comments, and I will do that at first. So that's it, and I'm Follow, and I'm out. Bye.